You found Channel 13. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. This transmission carries with it nothing of value.
Yeah, I think I got a little.
Oh, that's better. All right. Yeah. Welcome back to Drunken Horror. Episode 6.
6-6.
Finishing off our venture into the Creepshow. And our sweet costumes. I'm Gandalf Kruger. And whatever. Who gives a shit?
I'm Batman.
You're not Batman.
I'm Batman.
You're Heath Ledger.
I'm Batman on Halloween. I'm dressed as the Joker.
You're Heath
Robbing
Ledger
a
on
bank.
a bender.
I'm Batman.
It's okay. He's dead now. Yeah, this is not going to work.
No, he's already out. Ew.
Look at that mask.
There we go. That's broken.
Aw.
Oh, I like this. Look at that.
No,
Perfect.
on paper,
I'm happy
on paper it sounded wonderful. Like when it became, on New Year's Day, when it became 2020, like there was all those memes about how great this year was supposed to be because all these days were on these cool days and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, oh, no, Halloween was supposed to be great. It was going to be an adventure, and now we are stuck.
You're going to straight up need to take that mask off, pal.
Oh.
Because you're
I
very
don't-
muffled.
Okay.
Ah! Creepshow, the
Yo.
series, Shudder. Anyways, this, I believe, was actually put on by Shudder. I don't know if... I don't think someone went through and like made an entire series. I don't know if they made like a pilot episode and showed it to Shudder and they said, "Yeah, this is great." I have no fucking idea actually, and maybe we should look some stuff up, but who cares?
The way that it was at, like, they talk about it is that it says it was released by Shudder. So I don't know if that terminology means something to you on that.
Yeah,
but,
that could be more of a distributing type of thing.
Nothing means any of it anymore because these movies they call them Shudder originals, and they're not. Like they are purchased by Shudder. Shudder's not a production company. Like Netflix has its own, like they put money towards something and make a series. So does Amazon. Amazon purchased the rights to Lord of the Rings and are dumping money into making their own Lord of the Rings show. I'm not sure if Shudder did this or not with Creepshow. I don't know if they made a pilot episode and shopped it around, and then Shudder was like, "We will give you," because it would make sense, and we'll get to this, like the ideas of the budget and stuff like that. But where they're like, "We'll give you $1 million to finish this season," and you can kind of see throughout the season where it starts, the episodes start kind of shrinking, and like the effects become less and less, and like the Musky Holler one where it's just kind of like,
which one is
yikes.
that?
That's the zombie one where they
That's
put
the
the
zombie
people in the chairs.
The David Arquette zombie.
And they do half
underneath.
of it
Yeah.
in comic book form, like showing people being...
Which is weird because that's like halfway through the season too. That's not.
Mm-hmm. That's the
That's at
Musky
least, like-
Holler?
Musky
you said?
Holler, yes.
Yeah.
That's not halfway through the season. That's second to last episode.
Second to last segment, right? Or last episode?
Okay.
Second to last episode, the second segment. Because the first segment is that monkey's paw one. And that one takes for fucking ever. So that Musky
It does.
Holler one is only like... I wrote it down. It's like 12 minutes, and 3 minutes of it is shown in comic book form, so they didn't have to film anything, which is even weirder because it's like, okay, so you don't have to pay the actors, I guess, because it's either due to time constraint, but the effects in that are fucking horrible. I mean, like, the blood effects, it's just, oh my God,
Yeah,
everything is
it's
just
all
green screen
really
and just,
shitty.
yeah.
Yeah, shitty CGI. It is actually, I think it's episode 9 of the series out of the 12 episodes. they have.
Segment 9.
segment.
They have 6 episodes
Right.
and 12 segments.
Yes.
12 stories, as they call them. 12 original stories.
So it's story number
which is a
9.
lie, because The Monkey's Paw is not a goddamn original story.
Not at all.
No.
It's been Simpsonized even.
Yes, I actually just watched that one.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's done their own version of Monkey's Paw.
No, of course, that's what I'm saying. But it's a new old story. It's not like we're 40 and it's a story that we've seen. Like 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 15-year-olds, like everyone has seen a Monkey Paw.
They present this one in a different way, but they literally fucking just
Shittier.
well, but it's
It
the
was
same
just
thing.
slower.
Oh, we wish for money. Someone dies. They get insurance. Oh, I want to bring someone back from the dead. Oops, they're a zombie. Like, oh, there's ironic punishment for everything, except for the fact
Yeah,
that
isn't it? He wishes to die, right? But he wishes for somebody to come.
Someone to kill
Yes.
him, yeah.
But he doesn't
Right,
wish
so-
it. He wishes that to God. He already used his wishes. He didn't wish it
Yeah.
to the monkey's paw. He wishes to he wishes to God. He prays to God to send him to kill him.
Semantics.
Well, that's shitty.
I guess no. I guess he did wish to the monkey's paw for someone to come
Yeah.
kill him. Okay. He was praying and God told him, use the monkey's paw to wish for a killer. I can't do it. I'm no monkey's paw. I
No
can't
monkey's
actually
paw.
fulfill needs and wishes. I'm God, for God's sake. For
I'm
me's
just
sake.
everywhere. That's all.
Why
That's
do you
my
think I made this
superpower.
monkey's paw? I made a monkey's paw for a
I
reason.
gave you people a monkey's paw. You keep on fucking talking to me. What the fuck? Go get the monkey's paw. Can't you share that fucking shit?
Why is he from
But
New
there's no
Jersey?
ironic punishment when she like the most bothersome thing with the monkey's paw segment. We'll just talk about the monkey's paw segment because we're already there.
Because that's what we're doing, yeah.
You don't have to actually wish for something. She's not even holding it. It's in the seat, and she's like, "Where are those keys?" And she thinks, apparently, "I wish I had the keys," and they drop out. And then the monkey goes, Paul goes.
Yes.
She wasn't holding it. She didn't say it out loud. Do you know how many times you wish shit? She could have run out of wishes just if she's like, I wish I pissed before I left. I really have to pee. I wish I pissed before I left. And she just has no pee in her system. But the keys don't like fall out and poke her in the eye. There's no like stab her in her clit. Just fall into her lap, stab her pussy, and she's like, ow! Right? Like, but that's the monkey's paw.
That's
Every
not how-
wish you make should have some sort of
You're right,
like
no.
punishment. And it doesn't
She should have had the keys, but there's no gas. Like, there absolutely should have been an issue.
But it
You're right.
does. The thing doesn't start, and then she wishes the car starts, and then the car doesn't blow up and burn her or whatever, or have no brakes. It just starts. And she doesn't wish it does. She's just like,
Right.
oh, come on. And it's like, here you go, So you just have to be in vicinity of the monkey's paw and vaguely want something, and it grants it and can punish you.
Well, yeah. I mean, she eventually gets to the morgue where her husband is, right? Dead.
Is that her husband,
Husband's
boyfriend, whatever?
Her dude, whatever.
Something like that. And so she wishes for him to come back. And then
So she
everybody
dressed
comes
like a
back.
30s mobster to go kill her husband who had terminal cancer and shot him. This is like, and then
She
like
already
the,
killed him.
That's
Yes.
what I'm saying. And then she went to go wish him back, even
Right.
though the guy already warned her that my wife came back as a zombie.
Right.
And
But
it's
again,
just
this
horrible.
isn't the age-old tale of you're never going to listen to what they tell you because your love is going to be better than that.
It's the age-old
Your love will
tale
get through
of
it.
the monkey's paw.
No, well, again, it's even the age-old tale of the monkey's paw. But look at Pet Cemetery. You know, like
As I say,
everything is
Pet
going to go
Sematary
through
sprinkled
this.
in there.
Yeah, you're just gonna like our love will transcend this evil demonic spirit.
It's spoiled up there. It's spoiled. Don't plant your kid down. Don't go up down. Bury your
Matt
dead kid.
Estonia. Herman Munster giving you advice about dead people.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. I do whatever I
I
want
mean-
with corpses. Actually, this brings it
Right.
up. When you two die, what am I allowed to and not allowed to do to your corpses?
Yeah, there's the other half of it. So it kind of like almost kind of seems to kind of like, transition right into it where it's like, hey, she raised all the dead at the end of Monkey's Paw. Like all the dead people rose. And so then it's
I actually never
over
really
to
thought about that. Was that
Muskie Holler.
Yeah, I didn't
So
think
I
about
was like,
that
oh,
either.
that's kind of cool. And then Muskie Holler just ended up really sucking. But I was like, that's cool that she raised the dead and this is the aftermath of it. But
do you think all those
It
corpses
just-
were
it's-
drinking that tainted beer though?
It just sucks.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe.
From
Maybe.
Grey Man?
I think maybe they all could be related, at least at the beginning. I think they could be. I don't know.
So I think that with like the Muskie Holler one, okay, so you have David Arquette. There's always like in the Monkey's Paw one you have Bruce Davison, and he's like a character actor. You might know him from I know him from the X-Men movie, and he's been in. I know he was in like a Psych episode, and then like in the next one you have David Arquette. When they have the main character guys, like you have your like character actor that's recognizable come in, because everybody else you have your certain ones. The first one, the beer one, has several of them. You have Adrienne Barbeau from Creepshow 2, or Creepshow, the original Creepshow, and she owns the store.
Behold, the ravages of age.
Then you have Tobin Bell from like Saw and all that crap. You have Giancarlo Esposito, and he's in like Community and Breaking Bad. I guess he's in Breaking Bad and whatever. He plays the doctor, and Tobin Bell's the cop and whatever. Ooh, this looks cool.
That looks like what Mark would have worn at the end of the 90s.
I still wouldn't have worn that. No, come on.
No. You had Big Boy, and he was the pawn shop
Right.
owner that offers him
Oh, yeah,
$250 for the thing.
Right.
But that's it. But all these people, except for Big Boy, I guess, are kind of up front and center. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And you have Kid Cudi from Cleveland,
Right.
and Jeffrey Combs, and he was also in Bad Wolf Down. They were both in the werewolf episode, and they were involved. You know, you have
And that was
you have David
one of the better
Arquette,
ones.
yes, and you have David Arquette, who is just like in the background of this episode, and he just like makes.
He's not a main character, but
he makes
he's one of
like
the top,
two.
but-
He has like 2 or 3 lines. And like
You
the
know
girl keeps on
his
going. He keeps on
character.
going like, it's not funny. Like, I don't know if he just wandered on the set. I don't know if he got paid in cigarettes. He's just constantly smoking cigarettes. He's like, they're like, whoa, dude, you're smoking your whole check here. Are you sure? You said carton of, but I don't know if it was due to, because I look at that episode and I can't tell if it's time constraint or it's money constraint. Where it's like, wow, Monkey's Paw, that went on forever and ever and ever and ever. That's like a 38-minute segment or something. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, that was way too long for any monkey's paw. Like, I mean, like as soon as you
Well,
saw
you
the
got
story,
5
like,
wishes
okay,
to
cool,
go
it's a
through.
monkey's paw. Like, it's just like, geez.
You could have made it 3.
Yeah.
And
You should have made it 1. And how about this? I wish for this to be over.
oh god, the fire when he catches on fire, that looks so bad when he pulled the
Yeah.
pulled the monkey's paw out of the fireplace.
It's
And he's
so
like,
bad.
"Ah, kill me! Ah, kill me! Ah, kill me! Kill, ah, kill me! Ah, kill me!" It's seemingly somebody who has Adobe Premiere and bought some sort of special effects package that they saw as an ad on Facebook. And like, they're just like, oh, here's the fire effect. Ooh, that's neat. I can just draw it on his arm in After Effects. And, oh, here's the blood effect. Like, when the zombies, it just shows them in silhouette. Like it's so bad. Like, it's all in silhouette, and you just see, like, generic, repetitive blood splashes while they're chewing on people's faces.
And it seems like this had been going on for a while, and just now they decided to put like the mayor. It was like all these terrible people in a town. Like the mayor was.
I think it was the other way around. I think the mayor and all those dudes that died in what we saw, they had been doing that to the townsfolk. So the reparation was them getting the same thing. It was their punishment back.
Yeah, it was their punishment.
That's why the cop, like one of the cops kills the other cop or whatever.
I tried to block that whole one out. That was bad.
I liked that one. I really did. That was one of the ones I liked.
Bad.
I think I hated how that worked out. The old sheriff killed the new sheriff. The old mayor killed the new mayor. The lady, because it shows like the lady spreading gossip. It shows like it focuses on this
the
one
hairdresser
lady.
girl or whatever.
Yeah, the hairdresser lady. She's talking about some woman in her hairdressing place. And then, like, that lady, she's the zombie that kills the hairdresser. Like, oh, it's so ironic. I can't believe it.
Yeah, but at that point, it's not trying to be ironic, or it's not trying to be anything except for just putting that out there.
I literally think it's trying to be ironic.
It's,
How would you
it's
force
giving,
a zombie to attack
every
that
single thing
person?
is perfect. It's just, it's not that it's that thing where it can't be, it's so bad it can't be bad writing. It's so bad that it's made to be bad writing.
The thing is, I don't mind the story. It's just the effects. It's just everything about it is so happy.
I like the story
so
a lot, and that's why I ignore the effects or what have you. Like the different things that you might complain about, with like the way it looked here or there, or like I get that there's no reason for a scoreboard. That's stupid. No, 100% get it. That's totally dumb. I like the story enough. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I actually like that guy, though. I thought he was great. I just feel like maybe David Arquette was supposed to be that guy, and then they couldn't have him as a main character, so they had to have him as like a featured or a side character because they didn't have the money. I don't know what kind of money he commands anymore, but he's still big enough that
anymore.
If Joe Bob Briggs is charging $35 for an autograph, or the girl from Bill and Ted is charging $30, he can probably charge $10,000 for 2 days of filming. I would imagine.
I bet David Arquette makes.
They probably had like a really nice like whole zombie thing going on, and they're like, "Hey, we can get David Arquette,"
right.
And so they cut that out. and
then the director,
they just hired David Arquette via Cameo, and that's how this whole thing got made with him.
Yeah, can you dress like a cop?
Yeah, that's all it was.
Put a green screen behind you.
They just blew their budget on
How
that.
much is David Arquette on Cameo? And let's not pretend he's not on Cameo.
That's it.
And go, I should have done anything I could have to keep Courtney Cox. Like anything. Like she makes so much money a year just for being in Friends, and I don't like to get into leagues.
Do they make money still? Is that show on TV? Like,
yes.
Do you have cable? Is that on TBS still or whatever?
Oh yeah, I watch it every day. Obviously, you're not watching my Aniston podcast.
So anyways, the first episode.
Wait, I just want to say this real quick.
No,
I love that Mark said
up.
over and over, this is because of David Arquette. This is David Arquette.
Yes, seriously.
So anyways, the first episode, we'll just rush back to the front of the queue here. The first episode is a beer episode.
It had the best segment, in my opinion, in it.
Yes, the dollhouse.
Yeah.
But
the head,
followed by like it was led in from the worst.
Definitely not the worst, but I know what you're getting at.
I didn't even understand. You're drinking this beer. Is anyone else having this problem? Is your dad the only one drinking this beer? I just don't.
He got Stephen King mossed, and he's the only one who is dealing with this.
It's a terrible.
He buys it from a store.
Affliction.
A comment didn't land on his beer supply.
It did.
He buys it from the store, and no one else is having this problem in town except for the dad who just sits there like, I gotta drink more beer. And you get the idea.
He does drink too much, though. I mean, he is.
But the point is that I think the beer is addicting him because he started like drinking more beer and pulling the blinds down. She pulls up a case and she says, "Oh God, there's always shit on this.
Yeah.
Shit, someone shit on this beer."
Maybe he is the only one.
Shit on this.
Then you wouldn't carry it.
But the gas station down the street from me carries a drink just for me. It used to, at least. So it's the same as this. I could see it happening, especially in a small, like, hillbilly town like that.
You're the only one who buys it?
He specifically said he was ordering it for me at the time.
Yeah, he just tells you that so you don't go buy it anywhere else. Listen, the beer episode sucked. I hated it. Let's get to the doll episode.
The head, that's the best one out of all.
What's it called? The Head in the House? It's called The Head in the House.
Yeah,
House of the Head.
And that one,
House of the Head.
By far, out of any Creepshow, this is such a creative little episode of things.
You're right.
I enjoy it outside of Creepshow, outside of the show. This was so creative, and it wasn't bogged down by bad acting. I thought the girl was fine, like everything. I thought it was just a really cool.
I thought the girl was really good. Not fine. She was good. Thought the girl was really good. Not fine. She was good. Thought the girl was really good. She was fine. She was fine. She was fine. Thought the girl was really good. 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 Thought the girl was really good. Not fine. She was good. No, she wasn't like the annoying kid actress. Like sometimes like, you just have that. They're too whiny just because they're children. It's not on purpose. You know, it's not like they're bad kids.
I find it very unlikely that
kids,
if I ever found a little disembodied head in any of my play sets when I was a kid, and then I was like, oh, that's interesting, I'm going to put this cop in here, and then the cop's deadheaded, I'd be like, Mom, Dad, come here. Watch. Boom. Look away. Boom, he's dead. Can you, like, my parents would remove it, and they wouldn't also allow me to drop it off at an orphanage.
Yeah.
We'd burn it in the backyard.
Yeah.
She just killed a bunch of kids.
That. Just another one on how good of a story it is. The head that you're just referencing, she brings the head out of the doll. It's in the dollhouse, so it's this big. She brings it out, so it's normal size, like a head. She finds it in her bed. It is awful, awful work. The people who made that head did not do very well. It was a class project. It was not good. Who gives a fuck? I'm completely ignoring it because that storyline is so good.
Here's my thought. They were like, what are we going to do with the head? And they went to Home Depot at Halloween time, and they went, hey, here's a head. Let's make a smaller version of this out of Play-Doh. And they went, that's great. This will be our big prop, and we'll model our smaller prop after this. It's that little kid logic, too, right? Okay, the cop didn't work.
Ted Danson. I love Ted Danson.
Which is nobody, because ghosts aren't real, but whatever. If you have, by the way, if you do experience paranormal activity, you need to see a psychologist. You have mental problems, you're not dealing with stress in your life, it's all garbage. Anyways, so...
Is the same goes for aliens, molestation?
Yep.
Okay.
That's just your friends actively doing it to you. They just get you drunk and fuck your ass, and then they're like, can you believe it?
They shot a flashlight on the outside.
Look at all this alien goo, buddy! It's coming out your butt. Shine flashlights. You awake, girl? Couldn't find a sheep, so you're in trouble, buddy. And one guy just sitting by your head going,
Why do we keep going back to this?
If you watch anything in Creepshow, Head in the House, they should have started with that. That would have been such a strong starting point. And I feel like they I feel like they only went with the beer episode because it had people in it. Like, the Breaking Bad guy, the Saw guy, and Adrian Barbeau. Okay, so you have the three, like...
And I'm pretty sure Stephen King wrote that first one. At least it had that vibe to it.
So there are some close seconds for me.
The Suitcase is fantastic.
The Suitcase is a great episode. The Scarecrow episode. Now, granted, with a lot of the Creepshow stuff, you know, it's why it's so different. Like why I love Head in the House, and I'm just gonna be sticking in this because it's constantly like I found myself constantly comparing it. Creepshow tends to have. I can think of right now, right off the top of my head, I have 4 stories that are, oh, I have a problem in my life. Ooh, I find a monster. Ooh, I sick that monster on my problems and it solves it.
You got the stupid Halloween one. You got the
that one. The Halloween one was like a shitty Goosebumps episode. It was shot. They took a Goosebumps script that never got made, and they went find and replace Meanie Head with Fuckface, and replaced they just threw in some swear words, and that's it. That is the worst episode.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That is the worst episode. Right?
No, it's terrible.
That's worse than Muskie Holler. Like that one is so stupid. Like, immediately, you know there's something wrong. Like, they're just walking around being assholes to these parents. Like, I get it. Their kids were jerks. But you don't need to go torment the parents. They're, like, going and, like, where's your kid? Oh, he's dead. We got him. And, like, because they clearly killed everyone else.
See, I'm fine with that storyline, too, to be honest. But I definitely would think that you would think the Muskie Holler is worse. Like, I wouldn't, like, even though I like both of these stories, I would think that the Muskie Holler is the opposite.
Oh, God. Like, even in, like, we didn't mean to kill anybody. You locked their door and set the tree on fire. At what point, with the fake fire, even when he lights the match, it's completely not a match.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I mean, I get you're trying to try to argue your way out of being set on fire alive, but come on.
No, I think there should be a moment like you would think if you know you're about to die, and at the end of the day, you know why you're going to die and why it should be you dying. That mom should have just taken that second to reflect rather than fight for your life. Because you're like, there's ghosts in the house. Like, religion has just proved itself to be real. You're probably going to hell. Stop trying to fight this, is how I would think the death would be at the end there for people like that.
Yeah, I like how they're arguing. Like, they're not bothered that these kids are coming back every Halloween.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the moment that this happens, the Johnsons down the street, when this happened 8 years ago for the first time to that family, holy shit, God's real. Like, there's no more, like, we're not in the regular society anymore. You now live in a convent. You now are doing this. Like, there is no more fucking around. So when they finally get to your house, and you apparently seem to be the last one getting offed, why would you ever
Because he was
argue it?
hiding? Like, apparently they can only knock on the door and bother the
They
parents.
kill one person per year, right? That was like the jam?
That's what the deal
No,
is.
because he says... Well, that's the weird thing, because the mom says it doesn't matter where we go or where we hide, they'll find us. Like, did
Well,
you
you're in the
try?
same town. Did you even try? Yeah.
Because you're clearly in the same house. Because he brings out a shotgun.
And the
I'm
whole
gonna shoot
entire
you,
town,
ghost.
the whole town is afraid of these kids, and no one wants them to come to their house that day. You're like, everyone
Right.
knows this is happening.
Well, it's all the parents of the
maybe,
kids.
Maybe if they
though.
do move, maybe if they do move, I don't know, maybe something happens to you instantly type of thing.
There's no rules, though. It's one of those things that it's too short to set up some
It's too
sort of
short.
rule like that.
It's not even like it. Like, where like it was pretty much if you left Derry, you'd become famous, but if you stayed in Derry, you were just
No, that's not what happens.
That's not what happens if you leave Derry.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
they all
exactly
became famous, but Mike stayed.
right.
They all lost their memories. But like that's
Yeah.
it's not anybody who leaves Derry becomes famous.
Leaving
Well, no,
Derry-
but I'm just saying anybody that had anything to do with that.
In the
Leaving
Losers
Derry
Club,
just
the
means you
other ones
forget what
become
happened.
famous, and because they're away from it, they lost their memories. But
Yeah.
once it's dead, they all lose their memories.
But that's the last one, too, so they're done killing kids. So do these ghosts just get to go to heaven hell now?
Yeah, because he hugged his younger brother and said, "I wish I got to know you better, little Timmy Tutus."
Oh yeah.
And that's
Well,
it.
I
They're
took it
just dead.
that they were in heaven hell for 364 days out of the year.
That's purgatory.
No,
is that
they're
what
stuck here.
But
Yeah,
I don't know.
purgatory.
I don't think they were walking the earth on Tuesday. They're walking the earth
No,
on
they-
Halloween.
But they're just stuck
They
here.
came out on Halloween, but they're still.
They don't go
purgatory.
either place. They're just stuck.
Right.
So yeah,
And I imagine
but
they go to
They
hell.
kept going to their cemetery. So
Yes.
do you think they're just stuck wandering the cemetery? That's their purgatory? Is that what?
They
is
don't
going on?
wander anywhere. They're just not here except for one night a year. Why does this have to? Why does it have to make sense?
Because it's a story. It
No,
should.
if they're
But
ghosts.
you're still you're making up shit outside the story.
Right.
I'm just wondering where they are, like the rest of the year.
They're
So Ben's-
nowhere. Nobody
Ben's
knows.
getting it, like, I wish I would have known
They're
you. So
at-
they're not together.
They're at home.
They're at Denny's, asshole, jerking off in a bathroom
wondering
stall.
wondering why they signed
are they
up this
jerking
fucking
off?
show.
But like,
Because if
the
I was about to
brothers and
leave
stuff-
my plane, I'd be spreading my seed everywhere, all over a Denny's bathroom. The Denny's bathroom would look like a glazed donut when I was done.
God, I'm so fucking horny.
You guys are so stupid. And you got a bunch of World War I era soldiers.
2.
World War
Now
II,
we're back
sorry.
to having, we're back to having celebrities.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi and Jeffrey Combs of Reanimator
Combs.
fame and a bunch of other shit.
Of Frightener fame.
Oh, that's right. And I always think he's Dr. Cox in that movie when I remember back. I always thought that was whatever the fuck Dr. Cox's name is.
Isn't it like John C. McGinley?
Yes. John C. McGinley.
Am I right?
McGinley,
Yeah.
yes.
That came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Not to go in tangent on him. Is he a comedic actor? Is he supposed to be a real a serious tough guy actor until Scrubs?
He played some real fucking hardcore serious roles.
Bad Wolf Town. Got some werewolves and fuck them. So World War II. World War II. Not World War I, like I previously said. Clearly, I know when the Nazis came around because I have to listen about it. Dave talk about it all the time.
I just like the Spin Doctors, not Nazis. I'm sorry that they're...
Same thing.
The
It's always the same circles, but they're not.
Yeah, slow that spin down, and you'll see it's just a spinning swastika really fast. They spin their swastika really fast.
Yeah.
And it looks like a vortex, but it's just...
It starts with an S, it ends with an S.
Yeah.
S.
Yeah. Oh! Jeffrey Combs is a person who really enjoys his lot in life and really appreciates that he was in a weird horror movie and has garnered a reputation and a career off of it. And I appreciate it. I'm always happy to see him. Okay, so basically you have a bunch of World War II soldiers. They find a woman with a bunch of slaughtered Nazi soldiers, and she's locked away, and they're going to get killed, and they find out she's a werewolf. And basically one guy feeds her his silver crucifix, and before she dies, she bites all of them so they can get out of it. We're doing the shortened version here, ladies and gentlemen. And they turn into werewolves. Loup-garou. So they, right? Loup-garou?
Yeah.
Wolfman. Yes. So why I wanted this one to be in this episode, like with Muskie Holler, where Muskie Holler had that massive piece where it was telling the story through comic book, which is just like, wow, you guys ran out of money and you couldn't shoot on this day and shoot these scenes, or you ran out of time. I still don't know which. And you just had to show quick pictures to tell the story to us with voiceover. They did a really cool thing where they're like, we're not even going to try to do any type of like howling or like Werewolf of London, like American Werewolf.
There's no
of
transformation.
London. The transformation is a flipping comic book. And it's just, it almost brings you back to Lon Chaney Wolfman, where it's like remember like the cross-faded,
different
right, where they're just putting the makeup on and taking a picture of him. But like, that's a good way to do it. Where I go, I understand anything you try to do is going to look like shit, so you decided not to do it, and you did it in a creative way because we are in the framing of a comic book. So just doing that quick flip, stop motion animation, basically, like.
They were smart about it, unlike whatever the other one where people get their heads eaten by zombies, where they weren't smart about it.
Right.
Right.
Or they showed they just showed shitty pictures where someone drew a crappy
you could have
comic
done
book.
something a little bit more creative just because you didn't have the budget. Do something a little bit better.
I don't understand why one dude turned into like a giant wolf, and like the main guy was like a Lon Chaney Wolfman who walked on his hind legs. They were all like different versions.
Yeah.
The guy who, when he walks out, he kicks the gate down from the cell. The way he walks out, like, I couldn't stop laughing. Like the way, like just watch the way he walks out of that cell, and he's just like, I'm a fucking Wolfman. Hey, act like now you're a guy and you're a Wolfman guy. And he's just like, I own that. It's just like, I don't know why they kept that shot. And they were like, could you get back in there? Oh, sir, we already kicked over the gate, and we don't have $9 to put it back up because the Teamsters are pissed. Like,
we're renting this place out, so let's go.
No, it's more like the janitors are coming back in an hour, and we need to get this fucking done.
Wait, I have a werewolf question. Does this happen in these werewolf stories, though, where there are numerous werewolves a lot of times? Like a pack of werewolves? Like with these Nazi ones, there would be numerous ones. Like, has it ever been a thing where, like, could they have turned this movie where they all become werewolves so they could beat the Nazis, where instead they're now a pack of wild dogs where they fight each other? Like, has there ever been, there's storylines where, like, are they still human-esque werewolves? So they still have, like, human-esque thinking. They don't become dogs. Like, so if you become a werewolf, do you become a fucking dog where you're just going to straight natural instincts of, I'm hungry, I will eat whatever is in front of me? Like, so would that mean that they would eat a bunny that's in front of them before they would go after a human if it's in front of them first? Yeah, is he just hungry and that's why he kills? How do you become a werewolf? They just don't finish? Like, they didn't decide not to eat you? So if there's part of you left...
Hold your childish, idiotic, pointless questions for a werewolf episode, and we'll never do the episode. But you write them all down, buddy. You get them ready. All right, we're going to continue this in the next episode, so...